everyone, and welcome to the Trending in My Life podcast, episode 27. This week, it's about Twixmas. That's the days between Christmas and New Year's Day. It's well known for a period of time when people relax, take a breather to chill between the hustle and bustle of gift and food prep at Christmas and the going out to party New Year's Eve. If you're lucky, it's a break from work too. Enjoying the long lie-ins, the binge watching a series or reading that book you got for Christmas. There's plenty of Christmas leftovers to still be eating. Christmas cake eaten with a slice of cheese. Don't knock it until you've tried it. It's a special treat. The 1,000,001 dishes to use up with the leftover turkey in. There's a point where you get tired of all the chocolates and cakes and start to be aware that you're being bombarded with images of new running shoes, exercise equipment and diet plans. I prefer to shut all that out until the 1st of January. Right now, if I want something, I eat it, and I'm not thinking about the calories. It's Twixmas. I can still indulge without the guilt because it's the holidays. The sales are in full swing in the stores with 50% off a lot of stock to tempt the customers in. After all, when it's half price, there's a whole other mindset coming into play. After Christmas, you're conscious of spending money you don't need to. It's not a time for impulse buying, but you want to get out of the house that you've been in for days and days and find yourself just browsing the stores and drawn to those big red signs, 50% off. And before you know it, the question is, can you possibly not have it when at 50% off, it's an absolute steal. Quality merchandise for a fraction of the cost. That's probably why January sales exist, because they know in order to get you to buy anything at all, it has to be more than just an appealing item or a basic that everyone needs. It has to be that bargain factor too. As you know, I've spent a lot of time at home in the past week because I've not been very well. But even I've succumbed to buying 2 blue sweaters at £5 each when I went in a local store simply to buy batteries. My logic here was £5 is the price of a lunchtime sandwich in central London, and these are items of clothing I can wear and wear. They aren't chunky, heavyweight ones, they're light ones for layering. But I'm wearing one at the moment and simply love it. So just for that reason, I feel it was worth it. Have you been guilted into starting a diet plan already? Are you out pounding the streets, jogging early morning, or perhaps you're in between and not being sucked in yet, just lingering in the betwixt zone? Not out of your Christmas indulgence and justifying it by procrastinating over exactly which plan is right for you, which gym has the best deal, which trainer is in sync with your goals. There will be people who use the sales, which although called January sales, have already started once Christmas Day has passed. They'll use the sales to justify purchasing all the new exercise clothing, knowing that the gyms will be full and they want to look good in case they should make new friends whilst there. I'm not being critical of any of these ways of spending Twixmas. In fact, any or all of them are often a way of filling the month of January, which always seems cold and dark with little to look forward to, and Twixmas is the way we slip into that next month. January is what we call a 5-week month, which despite having 31 days like many other months, can stretch across 5 working weeks. So perhaps like this year, or rather January 2025, it starts on a Wednesday and then Thursday, Friday are 2 working days. So it feels that you've been working for 5 weeks before you get paid instead of 4. Also, a lot of companies pay people early in the week before Christmas, which can then leave them waiting even longer for that January paycheck. At Twixmas though, we're still in December, so many people, including myself, are not considering how tight my budget will be to get through in January. So when I go to a store, something will take my fancy and I'll just buy it. Then when I'm properly back at work, doing a full working week, I'll be thrust into meal prepping, budget meals to carry me through till the end of the month. So how come I don't do something about that now? Well, simple. It's Twixmas. I'm not ready to let go of the festive feeling of party season. I'm not ready to be sensible and stick to a budget, and maybe that's how you feel too. It's too soon. I just don't want to go there yet. If you've been away for Christmas, it may be that Twixmas for you is all about travelling from one house or one location to another and returning back to your home. It might involve a car ride or a train ride or even a plane to get home. And you've spent your Christmas with family or friends or just in a sunny location somewhere or a snowy location somewhere, and now you're returning home. There's lots of washing to do and that weird sort of settling in back home. Some people won't have put up Christmas decorations because they went away, and some of them will. And some will have gifts still waiting for them to open when they get back, like having a second Christmas. So Twixmas for people like that is a bit of a transition period, transitioning from their vacation Christmas to their home Christmas, where you can settle back into home, get used to being in familiar surroundings again before you go back to work after New Year. Some people will be planning their New Year's Eve, maybe out shopping the sales for the perfect outfit and accessories. So for them, a lot of Twixmas is about prepping for a big night out. It might be that it's a fancy dress party, sometimes called a costume party, and they're creating their outfit, which is occupying their time. It may even be that you'll be hosting a New Year's Eve party, so there's lots of planning into what wine to serve, what drinks to have in, what nibbles of food for people to eat. At Christmas, you can be gifted something to do that's for a hobby, possibly one you've already got or a new one to begin. That could be anything from painting a canvas, a potter's wheel, a pizza oven for the garden to try out, models to build, a new fishing rod to try, some new ice skates. Then Twixmas becomes that perfect time to try these out, to use that free time to do something that gives you pleasure, to be absorbed in something and happily spending hours devoted to what interests you. It's doing but also relaxing because it's something for you and you have the freedom from work to enjoy spending as much time on it as you please. Even if you have family to please, dropping your teenage children at their friends or at the skate park, dropping your wife at the mall for her to enjoy shopping the sales, popping in for a cup of tea and a piece of Christmas cake to check up on an elderly relative. You have the reward of all these people in your life needing you around, and there'll be still time for you to see your friends for a drink in the pub or set up your new tool rack in the garage. Twixmas is really anything you want it to be. It's time to use any way you wish. These betwixt days are a gift of time to reflect and enjoy between Christmas and New Year. Sat here right now, the one thought in my head is I'm so lucky to be here and now and live this life. It's sort of inevitable at Christmas that we look at the gifts we were given. Perhaps wearing the new watch or jumper, riding the new bike, grateful for the woolly hat and gloves keeping our head and hands warm. We start to reflect in Twixmas at what gifts we've had and what ones we haven't. The sales are apparently not doing as much business as they'd hoped, but people simply don't have the money, and that's also a consideration when you're thinking of the gift you wanted but you didn't get given. Sometimes friends and relatives just don't have the funds. Here in the UK, the price of food has been constantly increasing, and all our utility bills are going up a hefty amount in the new year. so that keeping warm at home costs even more. There may have been all the usual Christmas food on the table, but this might have meant a little less in the Christmas stockings this year. No selection boxes of sweets or tins of sweets, but focus on the main meal, having the courses that everyone expects. Salaries don't increase and bonuses don't exist in some cases, so when you're looking at your gifts with a slightly critical eye, remember that it was the best Christmas this year, and that's all you can really ask for. There's always bragging about gifts when you get back to work. Don't get sucked into that. Your gifts were special in a million ways because of what they meant to you, your history with the giver, and the effort they put into finding what they thought you'd like. You may not have got everything you wanted for Christmas, but if you spend Twixmas thinking about all the things you didn't get, instead of being grateful for all the things you did get, well, you'll not be as happy as you could be, and it won't change things. Be happy for the memories you've made this year with family and friends. Those are priceless, and it's too easy to slip into a cycle of want and always looking for what you don't have instead of everything you do. Twixmas is a time to be kind to yourself. Rest, relax, maybe a bit of pampering. If you enjoy movies, have a catch-up and go and see the ones you didn't have time to before Christmas. If the weather is good where you are, enjoy a walk and allow yourself to be in the moment. There's plenty of time for worries and serious stuff once 2025 begins. For now, just put it all off, out of your mind, and enjoy the in-betweeniness of Twixmas, where no one has expectations you have to live up to. You can just be you, only the chilled version. I've been putting out a piece of content every day up until Christmas, but I'm having my Twixmas reset and returning to my 3 pieces of content a week on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Twixmas is allowing me to look at what my viewers most enjoy, to adapt my future planning around that. I'm planning a few little changes for my channel. It will always focus on the positives, looking to live a happy life and finding ways that make me happier and content. And as I share them with you, I hope that you enjoy following along and having a go at some of the things. Some content that has been particularly popular have been the cooking ones and also the crafting ones that I've not done so much of. I'm not a great cook, but I do enjoy it. It's very relaxing, makes me happy, and I like to do different things, combining unusual ingredients and adding a bit of this and a bit of that and seeing how it comes out. So I hope you'll enjoy that content when it comes out. I'm also going to try and do some additional crafting. I did some standard stuff in autumn and towards Christmas, but it occurred to me that in January you take all the Christmas decorations down and then the house always feels bare and empty, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to create some winter crafts rather than Christmas crafts, so that there'll be things around the place to celebrate that cold, snowy time of year, but that you're warm inside. So I hope you'll enjoy that. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I still haven't figured it out. But if you subscribe, you won't miss out on any of the content. Always aiming to provide interesting content that you'll enjoy. So whatever you do in this Twixmas, I hope you enjoy it. Give yourself a break. We're busy all year round in our jobs and in our homes, and there are so many demands on us that it's always nice to have a time of year when you don't have to particularly do anything. You can set your own schedule, get up when you like, stay up as late as you like, go where you feel like. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's ramblings about Twixmas. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend and come back next time. Bye for now.